Hello, I'm Tiana, the voice of Joyway. Stride has turned 1 year old, so let's talk about what the future holds for the game. While you are watching this video, you can download the new Global 9.0 update for the game on Steam, as well as a new update for Stride on Oculus Quest. We have improved every aspect of the game. The new tutorial helps new players master the key mechanics even faster, and has been made even more exciting. Endless Mode now offers new sections in the generation pool as well as difficulty levels, from harmless to expert, which will challenge even the most hardcore players. New enemies will try to stop you in the air and on the rooftops with the help of drones, mines, and, of course, in close combat. You can now tailor your experience to your liking. Numerous modifiers allow you to customize the gameplay for each player. We have also added a system of achievements and unlockable skins so that every player can stand out among others. Power-ups, new interactive elements like doors and windows, reworked graphics. Just launch the game and try everything yourself. Stride recently celebrated its first birthday. When we started, we set out to create an action-packed parkour game that glorifies freedom of movement, fast decision-making, and the feeling of speed through a smooth locomotion movement system based on the player's physical movements. And we did it! While there are still many major content updates ahead, Stride is already a game that has hours and hours of gameplay to offer. The game has come a long way from a gameplay prototype to 3 game modes that are constantly growing and improving. Stride has received acclaim from the VR community. It has been nominated for the most prestigious awards in the industry. Still in early access, Stride got the silver rank in the top VR games of 2020 by gross revenue on Steam. We decided to reduce the price of the game on Steam so that it is the same on all platforms, and so that more players can try Stride. And the game has a very positive rating on Steam with over 1,000 player reviews. With the release of Stride in early access, we plan to start developing a story mode, a full story campaign with rich narrative and a cast of memorable characters and new gameplay features. After a while, we realized that this was a very difficult task for a young, small team, which, at that time, was what Joyway was. We realized that the company would have gone bankrupt before releasing a good story mode in a reasonable amount of time. Players would have been waiting for the campaign for years, and we wouldn't have enough resources for any new content outside of it. This would be another game that did not survive early access. Therefore, we decided to work hard on the skeleton of the game first, to hone the game mechanics and understand what the players liked and needed. And then, when the team could grow and gain experience, move on to developing the story mode. We have always valued the quality and design of the story mode above all, and we are ready to spend as much time as it takes, because, in the end, it's the players who will benefit from this. At the moment, we have the level design of several locations from the first story arc of the game ready. We don't want to spoil the plot at this stage. For the moment, we can only say that the storyline of the game starts in urban slums, one of the poorest and most criminally prone areas of the city. On its roofs, the protagonist does his daily job as a chaser. This location serves as an example of what level of graphics and detailing we want to achieve in the final product. After a chain of events on the rooftops of the slums, events are escalating, and the player finds himself in storage facilities, where shootouts in confined spaces become even more intense. We are also working on locations of affluent areas of the city, with skyscrapers propping up the sky and neon signs adding to the realism of the environment. In addition to the locations, we've done a lot of work on the lore and the plot of the game, the characters and their motivation. We want to add gameplay and mechanics to the story mode that are not available in the arcade game modes. You can see the approximate state of the story mode at the moment, and we will share with you new information about it as it becomes available. Since there is still a lot of work to be done, we are unlikely to be able to release the story mode this year. Right now, we are discussing within the team ways to release the story mode faster. There is a probability that the campaign will be split into separate episodes, which together will form a complete narrative. Please share your thoughts on which option you would prefer. For the story mode to be released faster, but in several episodes, or at once, but it will take longer. Speaking of multiplayer, it is another very important direction of the game's development for us. The multiplayer was warmly received by the community, and more than 8,000 players played the prototype. We are announcing the successful completion of the public alpha testing. Thank you to everyone who took part and left feedback about servers, game mechanics, and balance. We have compiled a list of more than 50 changes and improvements to be made, so we are temporarily disabling the servers and sending the multiplayer for refinement in order to finalize the network code, update the servers, balance the maps, and polish the mechanics. We still have a lot of work to do, because there are several brand new online modes in development, the gameplay in which is completely different from those that were in the public alpha version. Stay tuned, we will announce when the next stage of multiplayer testing will begin. The first year of the game was rich in important milestones, and there are even more to come. Stride has been released on Oculus Quest, and is scheduled for release on PlayStation VR. Additional resources from new platforms help us hire new talented developers to speed up the production of content. But all this would not have been possible without the players who supported the game at the earliest stage, who helped us test the mechanics, wrote bug reports, and left very valuable feedback. We regularly read your comments and suggestions. Thank you for your support, and see you in Stride that will continue to grow in breadth and depth with each new update.